Details apply and let us know.
Ball skills of the highest quality. You want some? You want some? Bring it out! Come on now! 1, 2, 3, push that!
Spoonie on 606, you know the number.
This genius, this Icarus, this Prometheus, this old dream! Yeah, off and have a go.
Ooh. There's only one place to keep up with football this season.
Now you've got to keep up with the Cornwall as well, because you've not been here for a few days and you're not going to believe your eyes. Come over here, because since you've been gone, there is so much on the Cornwall.
It's expanded.
Well, have a look at what's in the postbag today. I'm going to show it you, and I want you to tell me where to put it. This is from Mayor Pier in Chorlton, and it's a giant keyring, and it says, "This key fob is too big to lose. I wish I could remember where I live."
That's Tacky McTack, Tacky McTack Factory. Not as vile as Ella's tumbling pig at the top there. So I think...
Don't mince your words.
Tell me up. No, it's true.
Down
We'll
here?
get down to it. It's
Down
Cornwall.
here?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, cool.
That's good.
All right, and we've got something from Scotland. This is from Robert Lent from Tunbridge Wells, and it's a little Scottish man.
See, I quite like that. That's the sort of thing I put on the dashboard of my car as a mascot.
Would you?
Yeah.
Right.
It's middle of the road.
About here?
Middle of the road.
About here?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I'm putting that Robert
What's the
there.
light bulb?
Oh, have you not seen it? It's brilliant. It lights up like
Hey!
How good's that?
That's good, I want that. Okay, well you can send your stuff in to this address, the Cornwall, cbbc, PO Box 9989, London W12, 6PA, or even email in cbbc@bbc.co.uk.
Get in touch ASAP. Right now, though, here on CBBC 2, it's the holiday show, and it's time to get the very latest from across the world with Adam and Newsround.
Morning, this is Newsround. First up, people on the east coast of the USA are battening down the hatches to prepare for Hurricane Katrina. She caused millions of pounds of damage to the city of New Orleans yesterday, but she's now been downgraded to a less serious tropical storm. The streets of New Orleans were lashed with heavy rain and wind. This is seriously scary weather. And this is what Hurricane Katrina left behind. This morning, parts of the city are underwater and not much is left working.
The roads are flooded, the power is out, the phones are down, and there is no food or water.
Many people had to be rescued from their homes by helicopter. Hundreds more took shelter here in the city's massive Superdome stadium. The gale force winds damaged the roof, but the families inside were safe. Much of the historic coastal city of New Orleans is below sea level. To stop flooding, it's surrounded by embankments which are called levees. Many of them collapsed as Katrina blew into town. Several people have died. The millions and millions of pounds worth of damage won't be put right for a few months yet.
And the tree was rotten, fell on down, and busted my ground line in the house. But just really lucky it didn't fall on the house.
New Orleans was spared Katrina's worst. She was downgraded to a much less serious Grade 1 tropical storm, and she passed to the east of the city rather than straight over it. Now she's heading northwards to the states of Tennessee and Kentucky, where she could cause serious tornadoes. Thousands of people are taking shelter and waiting for Katrina to reach them. Next, the Boxing Day tsunami killed thousands of people and destroyed their homes, but it seems that coral reefs have not been affected. Much of the Indian Ocean coral reefs was spared long-term damage, according to new research. 175 sites were studied along the west coast of Thailand, and scientists say they should recover within 10 years. Next, Michael Owen spent his bank holiday weekend talking to the clubs who want to buy him. Newcastle have offered a club record of £16 million. Owen met with both the Liverpool boss and a team from Newcastle yesterday. Owen said to be willing to move to St James's Park, but only if his old club Liverpool do not want him. Not long to wait for his decision now though, the transfer window closes tomorrow. And finally, movie monster Godzilla has received a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame, honouring his 50th birthday and the launch of his 28th film. An actor dressed as the giant creature breathed smoke over photographers as Godzilla received the 2,271st star on Hollywood Boulevard. That's all from me for now. Ellie's back with more at 5:25. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Right, we're on. Is everything sorted?
Yep. No problems.
Backstage passes for Top of the Pops.
Of course.
Bands.
Yes. Will you stop worrying?
Pop videos.
Will you just chill out?
And dancing dads.
You need to trust us, please.
Well, where is he then?
See what the guys have in store for you. The all-new Top of the Pops Reloaded, coming soon only on cbbc 1.
Really looking forward to that, you?
This is good, doesn't it?
Good. And I'm really looking forward to all this. It's coming your way, courtesy of us two today on The Holiday Show. Have a look.
First for you today is experimental, and they're finding out if Herbie can get over a field of ice.
And then listen to this at 8:15. It's Scooby and Scrappy. And today, Scooby and Scrappy shrink into babies.
Really?
Yeah.
Little babies? That'll be fun. Then after that at 8:40, there's an ancient spider creature fearing their way into Imhotep's lair. I made that up. It's true. But there is a spider creature. But yeah, that's great. And also, Even Stevens and the Spy Plane game is on the way too.
Excellent. It's going to be a top morning. And we want all your emails. Who have you met for the first time this summer? Okay, have a listen to this one.
Okay.
From Helen in Penarth. I think that's how you say it. Near Cardiff. So I'm going to stick to
Morning.
just there in Cardiff. She says, in the holidays, I saw Rodri from Exchange.
Rodri?
He was
I haven't seen him for
I know, he was with his wife,
Hi, Rodri, if
Lucy.
you're watching.
They were at Carrick-Kennan Castle in mid-Wales. Oh, I like Rodri.
Rodri. Marvellous. And Lizzie from Swindon. Would you put Swindon on the map, please?
Is that
Where's the little yellow
west of London?
West of London.
Yes,
There we go.
so
Well,
just
Lizzie
there.
says, I met, wait for this, Zoe and Matt from
Wow.
Blue Peter at the Festival of History a few weeks ago. They were really friendly.
They
well, I
are.
imagine they will, because they're from Blue Peter. It's a pretty friendly show, isn't
And
it?
they're lovely people.
Yes.
Right, Jonathan Henty from Cardigan. Oh, someone else from Wales, which is
Morning.
near... Oh, let me just see where it is. John Henty from Cardigan, Wales. I think it's somewhere about here. Get in touch and tell me if I'm wrong, Jonathan, but I think that's what I remember from
Is that telephone here ringing?
When I went to Newcastle on holiday, I saw Johnny Wilkinson and he bought me an England shirt and signed it for me.
That's not
How
fair.
nice
That's good,
is
isn't it?
that?
That's very good.
Thank you very much.
So who else have you seen this holiday?
Well, I met Joe from S Club,
Right.
7,
Yep.
and that's about it, really.
Not too bad.
No.
I'll have a think who I've met. Get all your details in, because we want to know who you've met this holidays. Now, field of ice. Bounciest ball. They're testing it all out in experimental.
How far will heroic Herbie go to get some ice for his tray of drinks?
Experimental.
Which of these 3 balls will bounce the highest and how high?
Experimental.
And full of paint and falling from 15 meters, but how far will it splatter?
Experimental.
Welcome to Experimental, the knockout competition to find the country's sharpest science sharks. 2 teams will do battle today, and they are the red team from Town School in Sutton Coldfield. They are
Emma, Jason, Easter,
and the green team from Chirk School in Wrexham County. They are
Kelsey, Lindsay, Alex.
And those are the teams. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand the rules. We'll show both teams the beginning of an experiment, and then using smarts, sense and science, they have to predict the outcome. They'll have audio-appropriate experimental equipment at their disposal, and they will have the knowledge of our science analysis matrix. Sam, what's your thought of the day, Sam?
Physics is either impossible or trivial. It is impossible until you understand it, and then it becomes trivial.
Yeah, just like women. I'm joking. On with the first experiment. Now, just outside the science lab, you'll find our research testing ground, and that is where Chief Experimenter Holly Willoughby is.
Welcome to the experimental testing ground. Our first experiment involves our resident technician Herbie, who's dressed up as a butler. Oh, that was a bit slick. Right, Herbie is now going to walk across the ice floes, and your challenge is to work out how many he can step onto before he falls off.
That's your challenge, teams. How many ice floes will Herbie step on before he falls in? Your experimental test time starts now. The teams have small versions of Holly's ice floes to determine how buoyant and steady they are in water. Okay, Sam, not a mathematical experiment this time.
No, Otis. Ice floes are broken chunks of frozen seawater, and they occur when ice masses meet the open ocean. They can be very unstable, but fortunately polar bears can swim.
Standing now, aren't they?
This one.
Sizes, and you need to decide whether any of them are going to be born in.
That one's more push in the middle.
I don't remember. Yeah.
That, if we step it in the middle, it'll do.
Now remember, all the ice floes are going to be at different sizes, and you need to decide whether any of them are buoyant enough to support the weight of a man.
Right. Push in the middle.
Yeah, like standing on jerky, isn't it? So you're very wobbly. Yeah. Calculations now, 1 minute until I get an answer from you, okay? Okay, teams, your time's up. Your predictions, how many flows?
3, 4.
Right, those are the predictions. Let's see how they tie in with fact. Holly.
Okay, Otis, Herbie is now in position. So Herbie, when you're ready, let's go. 1, 2, 3, oh! Okay, Otis, Herbie managed to step on 3 of the ice floes. So that is our result, 3.
I don't know, Herbie seems to spend most of his time wet. After the first round, greens were 67% accurate and reds were 100% accurate. The next experiment takes place right here in the research lab. We provided our teams with 3 balls of similar size, a basketball, a football and a plastic play ball. The challenge facing our teams is to determine which will bounce the highest and how high it will bounce when dropped from 8 meters above the research facility floor. That's the challenge facing our teams. Your time starts now. If you'd like to take your places. All right. Each of you knows what you're doing. This is your practice drop. 3, 2, 1, drop. Have you got that?
1 meter, 40 centimeters.
Okay. Next ball. Drop. Where did that one go?
87 centimeters.
Yep, 87 centimeters, ladies. And finally the plastic play ball.
1 meter, 38 centimeters.
1 meter, 38 centimeters. Okay, everyone back to your desks.
50 of all of them. Right, so then, because it won't do exactly the same. 2 times 8, no, 2 times 4.
Sam!
Yes, Otis. A bouncing ball will be affected by how elastic it is. This determines how much of the original height from which it is dropped is converted into an upward bounce.
Okay, teams, your time is up. I require your predictions now, please.
Basketball, 5.6 meters. Basketball, 5.6 meters.
Okay, let's see how theory ties into fact. On my mark, release the balls. 3, 2, 1, release them. Okay, let's watch that back in slow motion to get a measurement. As you can see there, 3.6 meters. Both teams get 50% for guessing basketball correctly and 22% for their calculation of the height. That gives a total of 72%, bringing green's total to 139 and red's total to 172. So with reds currently in the lead, let's go back to Holly to find out about our next stunt.
Our next experiment involves making a huge mess. And our resident technician Herbie here is going to launch this balloon, which is filled with paint, from this platform. And at the moment, we're 15 metres above the ground. Your challenge is to work out how big a splat it will make.
Okay, teams, that is your challenge. How big a splat will Holly's balloon make? Your test time starts now. In this experiment, the teams are using balloons filled with coloured water, which they are dropping. Sam, a potentially very messy experiment.
Messy, no. Creative chaos, yes. In the last experiment, the energy of the falling ball was converted into upward bounce, but here the energy of the falling bomb is spread outwards as a paint splat.
Red and green teams have switched balloons so they can tell how much of a splat their second balloons are making. Okay. Yay!
Okay, this side's a bit off now. Like a bit off, like it is. We add a bit off, add a bit off.
Yes, okay. There you go.
Can't wait 5 minutes, there's no twins, there's no twins. Go, let go. Yay!
Okay, teams, your time is up. Can I have your predictions, please?
5.2 metres, 1.1 metre.
A large difference of opinion there, but Holly, we require the truth.
I am now safely on the ground. Herbie is standing by. Now, you might be able to see the balloon behind me is getting slightly distorted. Now, that's because the amount of paint in it is over 10 litres. So, we better let it go. Otis, the balloon splattered far more than we anticipated. In fact, it's gone off our target board. So let's have a look. 5.3 metres.
Some fantastic calculations there. The greens were 21% accurate, bringing their total to 160. But the reds were 98% accurate, and their total is 270. That means the red team, that's Town School from Sutton Coldfield, are today's winners, and they currently hold 8th position on the leaderboard. On the next and final show of Experimental, the top 2 teams on our experimental leaderboard will be battling it out in the big final. Now, this is very interesting because the red team at the moment stand poised to snatch 2nd position if they do very well in our final experiment, the fabulous furniture fling-a-thon. And for that, we need to go back outside to Holly.
Our final game gives our winning team a chance to bump up their points by simply guessing how far this massive nitrogen cannon can fling furniture. There's only 2 choices left, that being the sink and the surf and cycle set. But as always, it goes to you, our observational team.
Okay, observation team, what gets flung next? Choose now.
Herbie is loading the surf and cycle set onto the fabulous furniture thrower. Now, Gerald this morning was having a little bit of a cry. We are coming to the end of the series and he is completely on his last legs. But we just screwed on a new pair.
So team, how far will the cycle and surf set go? You have 10 seconds to work out your answer and your time starts now. Now the last thing we flung was a bath. This went 20.1 meters, but it's considerably heavier than what we're flinging now. Okay guys, time's up. What's your guess?
28.5 meters.
Okay, how close are they? Holly?
The cycle and surf set is now loaded. Gerald is in position. The whole area has been cleared for safety reasons. So, Herbie, let her rip! Otis. Well, the PC was thrown the furthest, so I'm going to measure from there. But the surf and cycle package drew 31.5 metres.
The red team there scored a massive 90% accuracy, bringing their total to 360 points, placing them third on the leaderboard. Unfortunately, they just missed out on the finals place, but well done. So, as you saw from our leaderboard, the two teams set to do battle in our grand final will be Abbey School from Darlington, who have topped the leaderboard since show 1, and Church Coppenall from Crewe, who we saw in our last show. Make sure you join us because they will be up against Exploding Baked Beans, a demonstration of a human xylophone, and we pull the plug on Herbie's bath. See you next time.
This morning.
Yeah, back again same time tomorrow, and they're doing an experiment with baked beans.
So childish. Now, still good today. We've got Scooby-Doo, we've got Even Stevens, and the
You're
Mummy.
supposed to be a pillar of society.
I am. And Top of the Pops Reloaded is coming your way very soon.
Face as well.